Wow, that doesn't look too bad. This is the next day, and I'm going to take this cheesecloth over here. This is what you call cheesecloth. You can almost see through it. See there? You take cheesecloth, and you take the efflorescence, any little bit of concrete residue on the top of this, you're just going to rub off with the cheesecloth. You can do this on regular tiles. Chances are you're not going to have a countertop with these river rock on there. But if you do, you can use the cheesecloth for that. And it came, it's 5 yards. I just cut a little piece off because I didn't think I was going to need very much. I could have cut off a little bit more, you know. I'm just going to do this around all the rocks, and if I see any little particular spot with anything on it, I can take my putty knife and rub on it and wipe that off. You know. But the overall, some of the grout got into the rocks just a little bit, but I looked around on the backsplash and it looks about the same. Doesn't that look pretty good? Now granted, when I put the sealer on here, that's going to darken this just slightly, and it's going to match pretty close to what's up here already. Okay, so continue taking your cheesecloth, and you'll see on regular tiles when you wipe on it, it's going to come off. Now I don't want to take a sponge. If I had a sponge, I could take the scouring side of a sponge and maybe rub on there if I see anything. Last thing you want to do right now is get your sponge wet or anything, because then you got to let that dry, because as soon as I get this done, I'm going to seal this bad boy. Okay, keep her up. I'm getting ready to seal it with this. Look at this. It's a throwaway paintbrush, and I saved it from last time I sealed. If you ever seal with a crummy paintbrush, rinse out your paintbrush afterwards, and it'll be something like this, and you can use it next time. And this is next time, by golly. Just kind of checking it out, getting anything off of here that I have. I am getting the sealer out, and we'd be ready to go in a minute. Kaboom. Man, it's hot in here. I'm burning up like a lobster. But here's my little holder. I just got a little container like this. I've got sealer in here, and it's kind of white. You see it's white in there? And it's going to dry clear. Okay, I'm just going to put that on there. I'm going to try to be as careful as I can. You know, just brush it on there. I usually do stuff like this not on the counter. If you've seen some of my videos, I do sealer on the floor, you know. But this particular sealer, what kind of sealer is this, by the way? It's sealer that I use for my flooring, and it wasn't that expensive. It was only like about 20 bucks for a gallon. And if you go to the store and look for sealer, you know, for countertops and stuff, lots of times you'll get something less than a gallon for way more expensive. You just have to kind of look at stuff. But I've chosen to just go ahead and use something cheap, because this tile, or these rocks, kind of mimic what you would see on the floor. And so I'm just going to put it up here. Okay. If you got any questions about the exact sealer to use, you're at the hardware store, ask, and somebody will help you with it. Okay. Now it's going to look a little milky, but like I say, when it dries, it's going to dry clear. Okay, so I'm going to just keep doing that all the way around this. I'm not going to do anything. I thought I was going to do the backsplash, but you see on the backsplash, it looks like it's been sealed before, and it looks a little darker than the counter, so I'm not going to do any up there. And if I was, I'd take the mirror off and get all the way up there, so if you ever replace the mirror with something else, you've already got this all done all the way around that. Okay, and that's all I'm going to do is put the sealer on like that. So it's like, you have to be a tile guy, a painter, or anything. No, you don't. Just be yourself. And I'm just myself, an average Joe, trying to help you with your projects. And that's all I'm doing here, right? Swirl it around. Once this dries, I'm going to put a second coat. I want to try to keep it so it doesn't kind of fill up too much on any one area, like puddle up. If it puddles too much in one spot, you could get it drying milky. Okay? Just read your directions and do it.